Okay, so we've only just finished the Alpine Launchpad about last week, I think. So we've got another one, Binance Launchpad STEPN. So if we now click on that, introducing the STEPN GMT token sale on Binance Launchpad. So it's the 28th project. The token sale for STEPN will follow the Launchpad subscription format. With the recording of user BNB balances starting on the 2nd of March. Okay, I always have to work out the dates because in England we kind of do things differently. Okay, so it's UTC time. So basically that was last night it started. So Binance will record user BNB balances for 7 days from the 2nd of March to the 9th of March. The final BNB holding amount for each user will be determined as the average of the 7 days using the daily average BNB balance calculations previously announced here. So if you've got 10 BNB in every day for 7 days, then your average is 10. Okay, simple as that. And if you've got nothing in there for 6 days and then you put 100 in for the last day, then your average is going to be 100 divided by 7. Okay, so that's about 14 and a bit, 14.2 or something like that. Yeah, 14.3. Okay, if you did something like that. So I know some people always ask, is it too late for me to join this? No, it isn't. You can always stick it in on the last day. Okay, but what I will say is if you only put in, say, 1 BNB, then you're going to get 1/7 of a BNB's worth potentially. Okay, it's not going to be worth it because it's going to be oversubscribed. Every single launchpad has been oversubscribed by about 700 or something like that. I think the last one's about 750 if I worked it out right. So the launchpad hard cap is $4.2 million. Hard cap per user is 15,000 US. Token supply, so that's 6 billion GMT. So it's obviously going to have a few zeros, this coin. Token allocated to Binance Launchpad is 420 million, which is 7% of the total supply. Public sale token, 1 GMT is 0.01 USD. So in the past, we've had like for instance, 1 Alpine token. So the last Launchpad, 1 Alpine token was worth $1 US. So you can see here, you're going to get 100 times the amount of tokens for $1. Okay, so they're not worth as much effectively. They're worth about 100. Yeah, 100. That's hard to say when my teeth are struggling. Okay, subscription timeline. So this is the preparation period, and that's what period we're in right now. During this period, user BNB balances will be calculated in hourly snapshots. Okay, so every hour is important. Okay, it's going to count towards your average. Subscription period will start on the 9th of March, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So you've got 3 hours to have this subscription period. And if you're not sure about how that operates, the subscription period, check out my previous video on the Alpine calculation. Okay, that will give you a demonstration of how you put your tokens in. Sorry, your BNB tokens to get your Alpine out. Your Alpine is only going to be, sorry, your BNB is only going to be stuck for about 3 or 4 hours. Okay, depends when you put them in. If you put them in at 8:30, then the BNB is only going to be stuck for a couple of hours, whatever BNB you're going to put forward. Okay, it's only going to let you put in so many BNB because it's going to only let you, it's going to work out your average. Okay, so it's not necessarily going to be your maximum amount of BNB that you've got in your wallet. Okay, unless you've actually dipped. Okay, if you put the most of BNB in at the start of the process and you've taken some out for whatever reason, that can happen, then obviously your average will come down. Calculation period. Okay, so the calculation period, that's between the next hour after the subscription period, and they're just going to work out how many GMT tokens you're going to get. And then final token distribution will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 a.m. UTC time, and that's 2 hours before the launch starts. For some reason, they never seem to say when the launch is, but it's always at 12 o'clock. Okay, so it's 2 hours after. Okay, 2 hours after this time, depending on what time you are in the UK, in the world. So my time is going to be 12 o'clock. So you'll get a few STEPN tokens for your BNB. Okay, that'll be taken out of your BNB amount. Okay, I suppose you'll get quite a few tokens because they're only worth like 100th of a dollar. Okay, so let's go up here then. So STEPN preparation period, that's what we're in at the moment. So BNB holdings calculation period. Now this will update. Okay, so because this is the first day, there's no real average, but over the next few days, it'll start showing what your average is here. Okay, so if you're not used to that, it shows your average and it sort of promotes you to buy BNB. So there's a chance that BNB might well go up in value over the next week or so as more people buy BNB for this launch pad. Okay, that's a chance that can happen. Another thing that can happen with these things is people, it can, or it has done in the past. Now, obviously there's a war going on, so all bets are off kind of thing. You know, things are it's going to be swings and roundabouts. Okay, things are going to go up because of what Biden might say, or what Putin might say, or what Zelensky might say, or whoever might say or not say, or if any bombs get dropped or whatever. Okay, or if the war gets called off, you know, things can go up or down depending on which oligarchs buying Bitcoin or not buying Bitcoin. Okay, so there's multiple variables but if we take all the variables out, if we take all of them variables out and just have the one, which is people buying BNB in order to get on this launch pad. Okay, so that is the positive shift for BNB going up in value. Now, you can't say that positive shift is going to outweigh all the others. Okay, nobody can say anything about that. But in general, the BNB price tends to go up gradually while these launch pads on. Okay, but who knows if that's the overriding factor. But the last one, Alpine, actually dipped to load. Okay, BNB dipped to load, but everything dipped to load. Okay, so I would say that BTC price is more important than anything else. Okay, if BTC is going up, then BNB will also go up in value. Okay, so that's that in a nutshell. Now, if you want to make any money out of this from the actual coin, so in other words, if you want to get the coin for practically free, okay, what tends to happen is it can go up a multiple. Well, actually, last time Alpine went up about 7-fold. Okay, you could, and maybe even only 5-fold. To be honest with you, it went up to about $5 and possibly $7 at certain points. I think it went up to a peak. If you maxed out, it went up to about $9. So in other words, you could have bought one Alpine for $1, and it maxed out at about $9.20. I mean, we can just look actually, can't we? If we go to trade, open new, okay, and then go to the Alpine. So the last launch was Alpine. Alpine. Okay, so you can see it's dipped from there. It's gone down since. Let's put it on a 4-hour chart. Okay, so did it ever get to 18? I don't remember it getting to that high. Yeah, I never saw it at that price. So it's showing 6. I think it, yeah, so that's, I think at this first candle, I think it got up to about 9, if I remember right. I don't recall ever seeing it at 18, unless it was there for like a millisecond or something at the very start. But maximum, I think it got to is 9. Okay, so you bought it at 1 and it's 9 times. Okay, but maybe that was in a bad period when it was launched. Things are kind of going up now, so maybe this STEPN might be better. Okay, it might, others I've done on launches, I've multiplied by 18 and I've sold it then. Okay, this one I decided not to sell in the end, but as you can see, I would have probably been better off selling. If I could sell it for, say, about 7, you can see how it's come down to about 3.5. Okay, so you're getting half the value what it is now. So you could buy it back now if you wanted to at half the value. So quite often with these launches, your best price is just after. Okay, well, this is 4-hour candles. Okay, so that's like 20 hours. So within a day, within 20 hours is kind of your best price that you're going to get. Let's have a look at some other launches then. Is it RSM? No, Voxel. That's Voxel. I'm just going over some other launches. So Voxel was another one. Let's put it on the daily. Okay, so here again, you can look. This is on a daily chart. So we look at 1-2 days, it's the best price, and then it's come down since then. But who knows? The market's all different. You can't really go on past performance exactly. They can give you some indicators. So this looks like maybe, you know, the first couple of days is the best time to sell. Let it come down, settle down, and then it might start going back up again. That tends to be what happens with these things. So my recommendation is to sell pretty early on. And if you're interested in the token, if you like it, you like the tokenomics, you like what the utility of the token does, assuming it's got utility, then you can rebuy it back sort of 2 months later or something like that. That would be my recommendation to most of these launches. Okay, so let's get back to it. BNB, where are you going to keep your BNB? That's the other question that other people ask. So mine is going to be, so if I go to earn and I go to BNB Vault, that's where I keep my BNB. At the moment, I'm getting rubbish APY, but there's nothing else going on with BNB at the moment. Sometimes you get some extras in launch pools and things like that, but there's nothing else going on. So sounds like the Marvin Gaye song. You know, what's going on? So current APY is 0.35%, so not great. Okay, normally you're getting about 5% on various things in using it with BNB, but here we get 0.35 at the moment. So you can't keep it in DeFi. So if you're thinking about using DeFi, for instance, I'm pretty sure, let's have a look though. Launchpad detail and BNB deduction rules. So let's just click this to see if I get the right one. See if this has got where you can put your BNB, because that's basically calculations for BNB, how much you're going to get and stuff. So I will tell you now, it's oversubscribed. So if you've got 10 BNB and think you're going to get, let's say 10 BNB is worth $500 each. No, hold on, it's $400, isn't it? How much is a BNB worth at the moment? $400, isn't it? So if you've got 10 BNB and each one's worth $400 and you think you're going to get $4,000 worth of STEPN, no, you're not. You're going to get about 1/750th. Okay, it might be oversubscribed by at least 500, so you're not going to get that amount. Okay, that was one of the things that I first thought of when I was doing these. Oh, wow, I'm going to be absolutely loaded if this is going to go up by 20-fold or 100-fold and I get $4,000 worth of tokens. It's going to go up 20 times from there, and it's 20 times 4,000. I was thinking, wow, I'm going to be rich overnight, kind of thing. That's not going to happen. It's going to be oversubscribed by at least 500 and probably 1,000 maybe. So that's what kind of fraction of BNB you're going to get, okay, of whatever BNB you've got in there. So really, to get a decent amount of tokens, of STEPN tokens, you're going to sort of need, well, I mean, I'm going to put about 5 in, to be honest with you, but if you only put 1 in, it's not really worth it. Okay, I mean, if you're holding one anyway, then you're not losing out on it. If you're intending to hold on to one BNB, then you're not losing out on anything. Okay, you're just going to get some. So all you've got to do is make sure you put that BNB into the subscription to make sure you get some. Okay, make sure you get some. So I've got 6. I might get some more. In the past, I've had over 20 and stuff, and I've done decent amount. I've probably earned about sort of $200 in profit, I guess. If you call it profit, it depends. If the BNB price falls, then in theory you were better off selling your BNB and buying something else, or just keeping it in cash, whatever, in BUSD or whatever. So it depends on the value of BNB as well, doesn't it? If BNB goes up in value, then you're going to get a double whammy effect, aren't you? You're going to maybe buy some more BNB and the value of BNB goes up. So if the value of BNB goes up by 10%, then you're going to gain 10% on that. Plus you're going to get some free tokens at the end of 7 days. So it all depends, really. Let me just go back to this. Maybe it's this one. Frequent and next questions. This is probably it. All right, it's just 3 minutes. I haven't seen this before. Can I commit my BNB? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was the other question actually. Yeah, you need to, once you've yeah, so you can put your BNB in the BNB vault or in a launch pool or something like that. But for the subscription, you've got to take it into your spot wallet and then put it into the subscription. Okay, there'll be like a button, it'll kind of release. So on this page, it'll probably say, so here under the subscription period, I'll just check out my last video, to be honest with you. But here it'll probably say you can commit 5 BNB or something like that. Okay, so you commit a certain amount of BNB and you'll just hit, yeah, okay, I agree with that. Okay, and that's what you've got to do. You can't just leave it. You're not going to get any of this STEPN tokens. You must commit. You must do something. You must actively do it. And you must actively do it between 6 and 9 o'clock. Okay, on the 9th, I think it is. Okay, so yeah, on the 9th of March, there, you've got to commit. Okay, so you've got to press a button. You've got to take your BNB. You've got to put it in there. You've got to submit it. Okay, you've got a 3-hour window where you submit it. You can't just let it sit in your BNB vault. You can't just let it sit in the BNB vault. It's not going to do anything there. Okay, on the commitment. You can leave it there for the next 7 days while it works out the average and all of that. But you're not going to get anything if you don't commit. You must commit on this time. And what I would do is, because I've missed it in the past, I fell asleep basically. I would put an alarm on your phone or something like that. Put an alarm on your phone for 6 o'clock or something, or whenever you want to do it. Depends on which time of in the world you are, time zone you are. Put an alarm on your phone to say, this is subscription period. So if you've got any BNB, you want to bang it in there. It's always worth doing. If you've got any BNB, it will be worth doing. Okay, because the very least, if you don't get enough STEPN to sell, what you can do is you can, so for instance, let's say you only get a small amount and it's literally worth like $2 or something like that. I mean, it's $2 extra, okay? You can always go to convert small balance, okay? So you can convert, if you can't trade it, because you need at least $10 worth of any currency to trade or any token to trade. So if you haven't got enough, you can always hit this convert small balance and convert it into BNB then. Okay, so if you've only got to get a small amount back, then you can do that. Okay, so I think I've talked about everything, but if you're not sure of anything, put it in the comments if you're not sure. You can put your BNB in, you can leave it in your spot wallet if you want, but you might as well leave it in your BNB vault. If anything else pops up, like in a launch pool or anything like that, you can put it in a launch pool. What you can't do with BNB, you can't put it in a trade. Okay, if you trade it, so if you're putting it, if you put it in a trade order, a limit trade order to sell your BNB, let's say, it's not going to count. Okay, it's not going to count. See, that won't make the averages up. So that's it basically. So that's STEPN Launchpad happening in about 7 days. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make a video in several days for the calculation, and then I'll also do a video for the actual launch. So hopefully I'll do that. Hope that helps any of you. Like I said, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'm only too happy to help answer them as best I can.